Right now, more than 8 billion people live on planet Earth. Cities stretch across continents. Highways connect entire countries. Airplanes cross the sky every minute of the day. Satellites orbit above us, guiding navigation systems and sending signals across the globe. Human civilization has reshaped the planet in ways that would have been unimaginable just a few thousand years ago. But what if, suddenly, every human on Earth disappeared? No warning, no explanation. One moment the world is full of people, and the next moment humanity is simply gone. What would happen to our cities? Our buildings? Our machines? How long would it take for nature to reclaim the world we built? And if humans never returned, what would Earth look like thousands of years into the future? Let's explore what might happen if humanity vanished tomorrow. The first hours. In the first hours after humans disappear, the world would still look strangely normal. Cars would continue moving down highways for a short time until they ran out of fuel or crashed. Airplanes already in the sky would keep flying for hours until they eventually lost control. Traffic lights would continue switching between red and green. Factories and machines designed to run automatically would continue operating without anyone watching them. But slowly, things would begin to fail. Power plants require human operators. Without workers to maintain them, electrical grids would begin shutting down. Within hours, some regions would lose power completely. Inside cities, elevators would stop working. Subways would halt. Lights would flicker and eventually go dark. Meanwhile, animals would begin behaving differently. For the first time in centuries, human noise would disappear. The world would become quiet. The first week. Within the first week, human infrastructure would begin collapsing rapidly. Without constant maintenance, electrical grids would fail across most of the planet. At night, the Earth would appear dramatically darker when viewed from space. Only a few isolated power plants would continue running for short periods of time before shutting down. Inside cities, buildings would begin showing the first signs of decay. Broken pipes could flood entire apartment blocks. Small fires might spread through neighborhoods with no firefighters to stop them. Meanwhile, animals would begin exploring urban environments that were once dominated by humans. Deer might wander into quiet streets. Birds would nest on skyscrapers. And predators that once avoided cities might slowly begin entering them. 1 year later. After 1 year without humans, nature would begin reclaiming the world at an incredible speed. Grass would grow through cracks in sidewalks. Plants would begin climbing walls and buildings. Trees would slowly push their roots through roads and highways. Without cars and traffic, many roads would begin breaking apart. Animals would expand their territory into places they had not entered for generations. Some cities might become new habitats for wildlife. Birds would build nests in abandoned buildings. Large animals might roam through former suburbs. Human civilization would still be visible, but the natural world would begin taking control again. 50 years later. After 50 years, the world would look dramatically different. Many houses would collapse as wood decays and roofs weaken. Steel bridges would begin rusting and failing. Large cities would begin slowly breaking apart. Glass windows would shatter. Plants would grow inside skyscrapers. Entire forests could grow where neighborhoods once existed. Without hunting, wildlife populations might grow significantly larger. Animals that once lived only in remote areas could spread across continents. In many places, the planet would begin looking wilder than it has in thousands of years. 200 years later. After 200 years, many of the structures humans built would begin disappearing completely. Most wooden homes would be gone. Roads would be broken and buried beneath layers of soil and vegetation. Large cities would begin turning into strange landscapes of ruins. Only the strongest structures would remain standing. Stone monuments, dams, and some massive skyscrapers might survive longer than most buildings. But even these would eventually weaken as weather and erosion slowly destroy them. At this point, Earth would begin resembling a planet where humans had never existed at all. Forests, rivers, and wildlife would dominate the landscape once again. 10,000 years later. 10,000 years after humans disappear, almost all evidence of modern civilization would vanish. Steel structures would rust and collapse. Concrete would slowly break down. Glass would erode into sand. Only a few enormous stone structures might survive for extremely long periods of time. Future explorers. if intelligent life ever evolved again, might find strange buried objects beneath the surface of the Earth. Fragments of machines, pieces of metal, ancient ruins hidden beneath layers of rock and soil. But most cities, roads, and buildings we know today would be completely gone. Earth would once again be a wild planet. A world of forests, oceans, mountains, and animals. Imagining a world without humans might seem strange. But it reminds us of something important. Nature is incredibly powerful. Even after centuries of human development, the Earth still has the ability to reclaim the land. Cities rise, civilizations grow, technology advances, but the planet continues evolving. If humans disappeared tomorrow, the Earth would not stop. Life would adapt, nature would return, and the world would move forward, just as it always has.